So because he said they will do what you do, not what you say. You know?
They learn by
Yeah, so
experience.
you better be a good example because they will slowly follow. Abhi rebellious lag rahe, eventually they'll come around, but you cannot say, oh, do this, do that, and then you go and do the opposite. So that's the point here. And one of the points that we already, because some of you don't have the books, is the conversational style that Gita is in exact same style as in Upanishad. Every Upanishad starts with somebody approaching the teacher, either a group of students or one student. But that's what Upanishad style is. Because it makes it more personal. That we think that, hey, this question comes in my mind too. So then they are bringing that whole Brahma Gyan through the question answer. So
that's why we call it Gita Upanishad also.
Yes, exactly.
I see. We now salute Krishna, the Guru, in the Gita dialogue. Lord Krishna is one who can fulfill all the desires of those who take refuge in him. Parijata tree is a mythological conception in Hinduism, and the belief is that it is a tree that can fulfill all the desires of those who go under its shade, whatever be their demands. Thus Krishna, the supreme in its physical manifestation, carries in one hand the whip, stick, with which the cowherds drive the cattle to the pasture land and back to their sheds. His other hand is described as holding the Jnana Mudra, the symbol of knowledge.
That's the mudra that Kamalaji always sits in. Now he's going to explain what the Jnana. So one hand he has the cane.
That's the mudra.
Yeah, that's the mudra. And then he's going to tell that exactly how to. तो उन्होंने ये कहा इसमें कि ये ऐसे होना चाहिए.
Straight.
ये touching होना चाहिए.
Touching भी और straight.
और ये आधा
ये आधा ऐसे. So अभी the most beautiful description is
in this one it says.
How did you do that?
Yeah, बिल्कुल सही किया आपने. तो ये 3 straight और ये फिर तो ऐसे बैठते हैं. आप कोई भी अगर इसमें नहीं है इन्होंने.
We were taught the touching of the tip of both.
Yeah, the
इसमें-
ego and
इसमें ऐसे.
इसमें ऐसे बोला है.
So,
That's-
Then it goes to like this one becomes Vayu Mudra. Like the people.
नहीं बट
who-
सुनो ये आपने एकदम नीचे किया ना इसमें उन्होंने ऐसे
middle
कहा है
में,
middle
middle
में
में,
और अभी
middle में.
बताएंगे
But
explanation
like
this.
and I think we can discuss with some whatever some
Yeah.
wise man that we encounter in the future we will
उसमें
find
है
out
मेरे ख्याल में.
पर इन्होंने दिया है यहाँ पर.
Meditation
चलो,
book
Any
में
one
है.
person who finds out, come and share with the class,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
है ना, क्योंकि maybe not everybody will have
Yeah.
the chance.
But whatever you said that's what I figured also after reading that
Yeah.
it should be together and it's going to tell why.
Right. It does.
My thumbs don't go straight like yours do. Mine are.
It's okay
Do
just do the best
do
you
as
can.
much as you
Yeah,
can.
it's
They don't
okay.
force
But
it.
these 3 fingers can you
Yeah.
put them together these 3
तीन ये इसको इसको यहाँ
No,
पे
no, no.
रखिएगा.
You are doing wrong way.
इसको
You know,
ऐसे.
you need to.
yeah,
Yeah, like
हाँ,
that.
ऐसे.
There you go.
और अब ये सीधी.
Yes.
These are
Okay,
straight.
no wonder it wasn't.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Now I got it.
Okay, let's find out now what Swamiji is
But
saying.
Parijat tree is existing in India. It's not myth here.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Which
tell
place?
about it.
मैं कल वो इंटरनेट में देख रही थी
हाँ.
एंड आई थिंक यूपी के पास में कोई शहर में है परिजात का और साल में उसमें एक दफे ही वो आता है फूल और फूल भी उसके नजदीक नहीं गिरता है दूर गिरता है उसमें फूल।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
interesting. क्या क्या चीजें इंडिया
No,
में
but
tell you.
I can't believe it. If that
Okay,
tree
I'll
is
send
there,
the
then
link.
so many people can go there.
नो मैं अपने
I'm
आप ही मैं
going
देखती
next
रहती हूँ
trip there.
आता रहता है ये चीज़।
Yeah, if I go on that side, I'll go see it and share it with you guys. I don't know.
Because I was surprised. I was thinking it exists only in heaven, but actually वो स्टोरी भी है कि क्यों वो कृष्ण भगवान ये लेकर आए थे वो and then why it was I think वो सुदामा जेलस हो रहा था वो पेड़ के लिए so भगवान कृष्ण उनसे पहले उन्होंने इंद्र जी से मांगा ये पेड़ उन्होंने दिया नहीं फिर पता नहीं somehow he got it और फूल इसलिए वो गिरते थे because he didn't want सुदामा to have it वो उनकी वाइफ रुक्मणी के गार्डन में जाकर गिरते थे इसलिए वो फूल गिर जाते थे
So is it still working?
yeah
तो क्या वहीं पर हम जाके मोक्ष ले लेते हैं सभी.
चलो चलो, let's plan a trip to India. क्या यहाँ पे time
एक
waste कर रहे
religious
हैं?
trip करते हैं. Like-minded people at least will have fun.
हाँ, that's true.
Yeah,
एक हम
that's
trip करें ना, बड़ा मजा आएगा. If we
Yes.
are like-minded people go somewhere together.
Okay, चलो. Aren't you curious to know ये मुद्रा क्या है?
हाँ, let's see. Mudra is a physical symbol manipulated by the physical body, expressing in itself some deep significance or meaning. Gyan Mudra is described in our Shastras and is found in many paintings and sculptures that have the Hindu mythology for their themes. ये लोग बार-बार mythology बोल रहे हैं, I think Western mind
Yeah,
को
when they
समझाने के लिए, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
है ना?
possible.
हाँ.
You know, हम लोग को शब्दों में नहीं उलझना चाहिए.
हाँ,
कई बार
अच्छा.
English में
शब्दों में
we
मत
can't find
उलझिए,
it.
because sometimes it संस्कृत का जो translation है वो English में नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं, but
ठीक
it's
बात.
very important so that if we happen to translate it or do something, we don't use those words.
Yeah. So if in moving forward, ये उन्होंने लिखी थी 50 साल पहले.
Yeah.
So you know, now if you think that this is giving a wrong connotation, don't say it then.
And
You know,
it-
that's
it
how
was
I look
hard
at it.
It was hard to find the exact word for, you
Yeah.
know.
चलो.
We were still struggling with English.
Okay, it is generally indicated by the palm and the fingers. In this mudra, the middle, the ring, and the little fingers
Those are these
are
three.
all held straight and upright, closely together, and the index finger bends towards the thumb to touch with its tip the middle of the thumb.
That's why I'm
Yes.
saying this.
The thumb is generally held as upright
as possible.
as possible,
Yeah.
so that its lower portion, the entire arched index finger, and the connecting portion of the palm together represent a complete circle.
तो ये ऐसे करो तो सर्कल नहीं होता, देखा? ऐसे करो तो ही होता है सर्कल.
Yeah.
ऐसे करो तो वो ऑब्लॉन्ग हो जाता है. बिकॉज मैंने भी बड़ा डिफरेंट ट्राई करके देखा क्यों उन्होंने बोला, बिकॉज सर्कल ऐसे ही होता है. अब वो बताएंगे क्या है वो.
Gyan Mudra is described as representing the end and goal of human life and the means of attaining it. The three upright fingers held together represent the integrated physical, mental, and intellectual personality.
So now everybody understood
Wow.
that we have three faculties: physical, mental, and intellectual. Or integrated means that you have everything is together for that goal. Because remember we discussed, if your mind is in something but your intellect is not together, you will have a shattered personality. तुम्हारा wisdom कहेगा इधर जाओ और mind कहेगा उधर जाओ, and then it's like those 5 horses trying to go into 5 different directions. So it's very important that you believe in the goal, you know, and put all your heart and your love and your devotion in it too. So that's why it's called integrated personality, where it's coming from. And obviously the body will follow mind and heart, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes if the mind and heart is together, even if the body doesn't want to do it, we do it. It's like waking up early or doing some exercise or not eating some food. You know, our indriyas are saying, take it, and our other two say no. So we don't.
Yeah, whatever we think, but majority of the personality, majority of the people are always struggling with this intellect and the mind.
That's why they're saying that this is the
Ultimate goal.
yeah, like ultimate goal is to kind of put them together. Then your spiritual progress will be the highest. Because when we say no, what I'm doing is so much, why it's not happening, then we have to introspect and say, hey, is my heart where my mind, my intellect is also or not? You know?
तभी वो गुरु मूवी में ना एक सेंटेंस आया था, उन्होंने दिया था कि जब you have this clarity of goals means whatever you are thinking and you are believing in it, then the whole universe help you to achieve that.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Because you will not get fazed by small pinpricks of life then. It's like a new mother and a baby. कि उसमें बोलते इतनी शक्ति आ जाती है कि कोई उसको हार्म करने को जाए, इवन इन द एनिमल किंगडम और ह्यूमन किंगडम, वो जान भी दे देगी, किससे लड़ भी लेगी, कुछ भी करेगी to save द चाइल्ड. So that's called integrated personality towards that. So the same kind of integration if you have for whatever goal you do, then you will have success. So that's what Jnana Mudra is.
Okay. Transcending them all, the physical, subtle, and causal bodies is the self, symbolized here by the index finger, which strives hard to discover its identity with the self in all, the thumb.
So here it may look a little confusing, but I just wanted to bring that. First it is saying integrated is the one that you can transcend. What is the ultimate goal is a transcending all the three. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Because in meditation that's what we are trying to achieve. But if you have a disintegrated personality, तो वो transcend ही नहीं होगा. तो वो सत्व में रहना पड़ेगा पहले, and then eventually when with that integrated personality you take the final jump. That's why it's like
Can
that.
we revive what is subtle body and what is causal?
So causal is, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, the subtle body is the mind, intellect, and the ego. That's part of that. Or chit, they say.
Yeah, the four
Four
things.
things. Yeah.
So the एक तो है gross body जो हमको 5 तत्वों से बनी हुई है, right? और फिर subtle body में like you say मन बुद्धि चित्त अहंकार they call it.
Yeah.
But you see, just to, in English language, if you have to understand our faculties of our mind, you know, all that is because it is there, but we can't see it. It's not like a box that we can see our thoughts, but we know they are there. They're in subtle form, you know. And then causal is all our inherent tendency that, like we were talking about, that literally the juice of our life, which goes into the next life, why we take birth. That's called causal body.
Vasanas.
Yeah, you can call it vasana, you can call it inherent tendency, there's a reason for your new birth.
Yeah.
So the ultimate goal is to make that package of vasana less and dissolve. When you completely dissolve it, then you get self-realized.
What is the difference in man and chit?
Well, I think we have one day, maybe what we can do is that self-unfoldment has the whole description. We can do that because mind is divided into 4 different things, but the division is not very obvious, but is more subtle division. For example, what is the difference between mind and intellect? Both are thoughts, but one is like a gathering data thoughts, and one is making a decision thought. So the decision faculty is a little bit higher, right?
So
that becomes-
intellect is higher.
Intellect is higher. And
That's what
chit is, there are several different ways they have described. One is like, you know, in light of which that we understand everything.
Yes.
You know, because remember I talked about that when we talk about consciousness, where does it reflect in humans? It's in our mind that the consciousness reflects. So that uska jo
So chit is consciousness?
reflected conscience.
Yeah,
Not
reflected
not the reflected. It's like sun is shining there, but if I put different buckets or mirror, then it will shine in each one of them. So just consider our mind as different buckets or mirror.
Yes.
Because of that light, we can understand everything. And ego is, they call it the one that after, when I identify with my body, my mind, my intellect, because we have this feeling of me and mine, that becomes like. But to get into more technical, if you want to, we'll do that chapter. Because usme, but just to give you a slight idea of what it is, you know. So basically, they say that after you after you die, your physical body is the one gone. Your subtle body travels to next life.
And your causal body.
Causal body.
Causal
as
body
well.
is always there.
Yeah.
In a sense, it changes. Causal body changes, right? Because your tendencies are changing.
So-
But as long as causal body is there, what is the word causal means? Jiski wajah se, cause.
Yes.
What caused it for you
to have a
burn?
birth,
So
take
they
a
have
birth.
given causal body many different names. In the totality, they call it Maya. These are all technical things now. And you know, like ignorance is also causal body. See? Because of our ignorance.
So then there is a subtle world and causal world also.
I mean, you can call it causal world because in deep sleep they say that causal body is the only thing.
It goes,
remaining.
into the causal body.
Yeah.
In deep
Yeah,
sleep.
because your tendency don't go away.
Unmanifested.
I'm talking about body and world.
Because
Like
when you
now
say,
this
what do you
is-
mean by world? World is all totality together. That's all.
Yeah. This includes, the world includes the feelings and the thoughts and everything.
Now, when you say
It's-
world, what did you mean by it?
In SRF, they have used these words several times, like when you meditate, you go to the astral world, then you go to the causal world.
It's like going deeper and deeper. That's all it means. you know, because causal is with go all उस वहाँ तक पहुँचना बहुत मुश्किल है, because जो हमारी just look at it ourselves, our really deep tendency, we are also not aware of it. Sometimes they just show up.
They show up.
And then sometimes people say, hey, why I'm doing this thing again and again, even though I know it's wrong. Because it's
So strong.
gone deep into your thing, that's why. So sometimes, you know, they may use this word loosely, but if you study more and more, you'll start getting clear what it means. Because it's hard to kind of explain in one shot.
But
You
you
know?
know that too also. You also said that it's going beyond mind and intellect, right? Right? And the beyond mind and intellect is the causal body, right? And after that is Om. How we have a chart in Chaitanya Mission.
And that Om is a
That's what-
Turiya state. Om is,
Is a-
so basically Om is not affected by any
If
of
you
this.
can bring a photo, or if you next time you
Yeah,
go, if
I
you can
have
take a
it.
photo
I
and
have
show
it,
it to
yeah,
us,
I'll bring
it
it.
will be
No, I
very
was just trying to
Or
connect,
just
like
send it on
body
the
I
Upanishad
understood
link.
now,
I'll
but
bring
I
you-
was
have
trying to
another book that
understand
shows
the
that
astral and causal world, how that happens.
So when they say the world, one is, what is that called? Macro and micro. So our individual, when we say micro,
Micro,
and the totality of everything. So the way, maybe the best way to understand this is, we say that, you know, there is a tendency of a household, something, and there is a tendency of the whole community, and then there is a tendency of the whole nation, because everybody's energies also become a world. You know, you guys understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you say, oh, this, you know, so many bad things are happening in the world and all that. We have caused it because we want it. That's why it's happening. You know, oh, bad movies are coming. If nobody was watching it, do you think they will produce those movies? See what I'm saying? So you always blame outside, but that energy comes from within us only, a totality. So then it becomes a world.
I used to think like, okay, this is a physical world, and then astral world is somewhere up there,
No,
and then there is a causal world, and the people after they die, they go to the astral world. I don't know. I mean, this is my